Hello everyone, this is Adit back again with another video. So in this video, we are going to learn how to implement MVVM design pattern in React Native. And for that, we are going to use the Redux as well to give you a better understanding and how exactly we are going to use MVVM pattern with Redux. So before we start, if you haven't subscribed the channel already, then do consider subscribing. We usually talk a lot about coding and React Native in these kind of tech. So yeah, so now over here I have one application which is just a simple to-do application. I have already added all the screens that we are going to need since this is not a tutorial on React Native or React navigation or Redux as such. So I'm not going to explain how to implement the React navigation. There is a separate video for that. So all I'm doing over here, like I will just walk you through the code that I have written till now. So here, all we have is three screens. That is home screen. Basically, home screen is going to display the list of to-dos that we are going to have. And new to-do screen is the screen where we're going to create a new to-do, right? And similarly, update to-do screen is going to where we're going to update our to-dos. And apart from that, we have app container where we just add the navigation part of our application where we are just using a stack navigator. I hope you are already aware of what exactly is a stack navigator. It is available in the React navigation. And if you're not, I will put a link in the description for the video and you can watch that as well. And this is just a to-do item. This is just a separate small component where uh, when we click on this, it will navigate you to somewhere. Okay. And I have also created some of the directories like store, view controller, and view model, which we are going to require, right? So now, first thing that I would like to discuss is what exactly is MVVM pattern, right? So MVVM pattern is it has a view part, and that view is going to be controlled by the view control. So basically, the view can't directly talk to the view model or model directly. So view controller is going to control the view, and then view controller will help like to communicate with the view model, and then view model is the one which deals with the model, right? And model is the ultimate like data store where we are going to store our all the data. So this is a whole structure that we have like MVVM design pattern. So now and these are the packages that I have installed. Like these are one is the React Redux, and we are also going to use the Redux toolkit. So all you need to just install this one, and then you're going to need to have React Navigation native stack and this React Navigation. So you need to install both of them for to enable navigation. Right? So I'm pretty sure you must be already aware of that. So now we are going to start from the store, and first thing what we are going to do is we are going to have create one index file over here. So the index here, we are just going to create a store. To do that, let's have const store. Okay, const store, and we're just going to configure store. And configure store, we are going to import it from the Redux, obviously. And then we need to pass our reducer over here. Like instead of a reducer over in this application, we are also going to use slice, which is the new implementation in Redux. Earlier it was not there, but after Redux toolkit and stuff, it is like called as slice. So we are going to use that. Okay. And let's just create one file for to slice. And instead of to do slides, as of now, Let's just initialize export const to do slice, and we're just going to have create slice. And inside the slice, we are going to pass the name of the slice. Uh, yeah. And then we also need to pass the initial state, which we are going to create over here as well. Initial state. And as of now, I'm just going to put it empty, empty object. And then we are going to have our reducer over here. So we will define our reducers. Now, what we can do is like to do slice dot actions, and whatever reducer that we are going to implement over here, we can export it from here. And let's just add the reducer as well, because I think we don't we are going to need only three reducers. Like those are going to be create to do, and second one is update to do, and the third one is delete to do. Okay, and we can just export all this over here. Great. And yeah, update to do, create to do, update to do, and delete to do. Cool. So let me just remove, just make it smaller. And then all we need to do is just export const to do action. And we're just going to export create to do, update to do, and delete to do. And we need to export default as to do slice dot reduce, since we need to plug this to our store, and we're just going to import to slice to do reducer to the slice. Yeah, and then we need to export this store as well. So this is the initial configuration of our store, and now what we can do is we just wrap our component with the provider, and we're just going to import store. Okay, I missed this over here. So now let's just check if there is any error or something. Let's just verify that. Okay, there's no error as such. Let me just refresh it once, and yeah, this looks fine. So that means our store is connected to the our application. Now, what we're gonna need to do is like let's just go to our home screen, and over here inside the home to do screen, right? So we need a list of to dos. We can just plug it over here. So to get the list of to dos, so in the MVVM pattern, it can't directly go to the store or get the data. So what we need to do is we need to implement something in inside the controller that which is over here, view controller, right? So over here, we need to create one controller called use home. Let's create one controller called use home controller. And this controller is eventually going to talk to the view model. And then inside the view model, let's just create one file called use to do view model. Okay. So what this to do view model is going to do, it is going to get our data from the store like we are going to use selector over here and get the data from the store, and we are also going to get dispatch actions, like everything that we are going to do need, like dispatching and the getting the data from the store. All the function that we are going to do, we are going to put it inside the view model, and then we'll pass that user view controller will get the data from the view model and then display it to our view, right? So how this is going to work is this is create to one const use to do view model. This is going to be a arrow function, and inside the here, so what we are going to need is const use selector, and we're going to import it from the Redux, and we're just going to have state. Since inside the state we named it as to do, so let's just state dot to do. Okay, and whatever we need the data, we are going to get it from here. So we haven't added any initial data to our store, so let's just do that first. So let's go to slice, and over here let's just put some data, like initially when we are going to also show the loaders and stuff. So basically, let's just have fetching is to do fetching as false, and we're gonna have to do's. So here I'm just going to create a to do list, just a few things, few data that I'm going to add is just have one, and title as I have to do and stew, and then I have to go for shopping. Good. So these are the to dos that we have as of now. Now inside the use to do, we are going to get to dos, and these to do we are going to export it, and we can also have the initial state that we have created is what was it called, is fetching. I think I'm going to call it is fetching to to just grab it here, and inside this one I'm going to put used fetching to do, and then we're just going to return these values, right? Fetching to do's, and we're going to export default use to do view model. Okay, so this is all we need to do as of now so that we can display the data. So I'm just going to take one by one. First, I want to display the data from the store, and then we'll create the data and delete and update all these operations we will do as well. So this is going to take some time. So have some patience, and yeah. And now, if we go to use home to do controller, over here, we're just going to call the const use home to do controller, and const we are going to get use to do view model. We are going to get, sorry, to do's, and is fetching to do. As of now, we are not doing anything to update the fetching value. It's just a simple value. That's why I grabbed it over here. I'm just trying to make it as simple as possible so that you get the flow at once, or like one flow of getting displaying the data. Then it will be easier for you to do other operations as well. And then uh, we are going to return to those. and we just have export default use home to do controller just to have is to do good. And now inside the home to do screen. So these are the process that you need to follow when you are going through the MVVM design pattern. As of now, you can see we are doing literally nothing, just passing one function to another and then calling it, right? It would be helpful later on, right? Right now, it's just a simple application. We just need to display the data. That's why it just seems like irrelevant to do this. But if you are using the function and stuff, there it will be really handy. So now, all we can do is just oh, we do not grab it from the use home to do controller, and we're just going to do's and is switching to do. So let's just put it here to do's and item dot id key extractor is fine, and item dot title. Oh, cool. So this should display something on our screen. So over here we have these to do, like I have to do something, I have to go to shopping and stuff. So this is how you can display the data from the store to just put it on on your view. So this is whole process of MVVM design pattern. And now we will do other operations as well. Let's see how to do that. Inside the view, we are not going to do any business logic kind of thing. Like even the navigation, we are going to handle it inside the controller. So let's just create functions over here. So what will happen when user click on this, right? So we are going to navigate it to the update to do screen. So to do that, on so const on press to item to do item sorry, and I need to grab the navigation const use navigation and navigation dot navigate. And I think we haven't exported these mapper screen map. So let's just do that as well. And now so the controller navigate screen map dot up, update to do, and we're just going to pass to do item as well so that we can display that like existing data and the new data kind of thing. And now on press to do item, and similarly we also have a button to create the to do over here. So let's just add that one as well on press create navigation dot navigate screen dot map, and I think new to do. Why it is showing this? Fine. I think there's some ES-linked stuff. Yeah, it's like that only. And now let's just go to our home to-do screen, and we will get other stuff as well. On why I'm not able to grab. Okay, I forgot to export it on press create. So now over here we will have to import the on press create as well. Okay, so for this one, item, and then um, on press to do, we're just going to pass the item. And similarly over here, we just need to do is on press create function over here. Okay, so let's just see what happens when we click on the create button. Okay, so nothing is happening. Okay, but this. So now if we click on create, we have to navigate to the new to-do screen. And if we just click on this one, we are going to update to-do screen. So yeah, now let's just add to those functions as well, like how to handle this in new to-do screen. So inside the new to-do screen, if you just go to the screen, when we are going to create a one to-do, we are just going to have user is going to fill up the input and then going to press the create, right? So here we need to handle the input as well as the button. So both of the things that we are going to do is in the controller, of course. So let's see how we are going to do that. So let's just create one more controller over here, and that is going to be uh, use new to do, and we're just going to have use new to do controller, and that's is it. Export default as use new to do controller. So inside the controller, first thing that we're going to need is how to handle the input, right? So let's initialize one state over here. Let's go to text set to text, and we're just going to have use state, which is going to be an empty string. Now on change text, right? Const on change text. So this is going to expect a text, and we are going to set this text to this one. Okay, and we are going to need to return this to do text, and set to do. We don't need to pass this on change text, and and there is one more thing that we need this. We have this create function, like create button over here. So we need to handle the create button as well. So const on create press. We can just have it like create, and we need to handle this create uh, press. And over here, since like our view model is going to talk to the store, which is our main model, so we are going to implement the create function inside this view model, and that function we will put it over here, and then that will append to our store, right? So as of now, I'm just adding the to do over here, and let's just pass this on create press. To do text, creating to do, and yeah, this is all that we need as of now. And let's just go to new to do screen. So let's just import use new to do controller. Just import all the stuff that we are going to need, and over here let's just connect this. So first thing is to do text, and over here on change text, that is already implemented over here, and the touchable opacity on press, we need to pass a function like on create press. Okay, so now let's just go to the new, and over here we need to add a function which will eventually update our store. So let's just create a function over here. And we kind of already added those actions inside our store, right? Like create to do, update to do, and delete to do. So we can just import it over here first of all. So let's just have to do actions, and we just import everything. Since this is the only place we are going to need all this stuff, and then we are just going to have create to do. And what this is going to do is like this is going to grab one title, and then we are just going to dispatch to update the store. So let's just import the dispatch as well in this use dispatch, and just put dispatch create to do, and we are going to pass this title. So now we haven't created the to do function, how it is going to update the store. So let's just go to the index, sorry, to do reducer, and over here we're just going to put it inside this. So just going to grab state action. So we're just going to need to state to do's, and to update those to do's, this to do we need to update. So to update those, we're going to have a state dot to do's dot concat. Since we are going to add it, we could have just here used the spread operator. That could have also worked, but yeah, let's do it this way. And just have title action dot payload dot title and ID. We need to find a way so that we can have a unique ID every time. Uh, I don't know. There could be, like there are some packages like Nano ID kind of stuff. We can implement those, but as of now, I haven't installed this. I think yeah. So let's just install that one as well. Like what is it called? I think it's called a React Native UUID, I guess. So let me just check this once. React Native UUID. Okay. So we can just install it, and this is how we can use it. So we just do that. And to use this, just going to grab this one, and let's just go to our to do slice UUID 4. Just go over here, and instead of ID, we can just have UUID dot v4. Yeah, then that will do the work, I think. So this is all right. We have added the create to do function, and that to do function we need to pass it over here. So on create press, we are going to grab the function from first of all, since we have added this to the store, we must have this function over here. We already have added this to the view model, and then we need to add it to the view controller. So let's just have use new to do controller, and on create press. Let's call it on create. It is going to conflict with that one. On create and on create press, on create press. We're just going to pass to do text, and we need to update this on create inside this new to do as well. Cool. So if we just see over here in the new to do, we have this to do text on create and everything. And inside the new to do, we are having on change text. We are handling this. Since we haven't added this, we can remove the to do over here. And then we are passing this. And this to do is eventually calling this new controller. Use new to do controller. It should be something else. Use to do. view model. From there, it should be, I think, uh, I don't know what I was thinking. Create to do, yeah, sorry for that. And you can just have create to do over here. And then on create to do, uh, create to do is going to dispatch this function. And this is going to eventually add this to our um, to our store, right? So this would work. Let's just see how to create one to do, and let's just write something and create. We forgot to navigate it. Let's just add the navigation after creating the to do as well. New to do and just grab the navigation almost. Use navigation navigation dot navigate and screen dot map. Let's go to home to do. Cool. So let's just refresh it. I don't know why the app crashed, or else I don't know. Yeah, cool. So now we're just going to press create. I need to buy books. It's created, and over here you will have to see like we are having I need to buy books added to our to do list. So this is all we have in this MVVM design pattern. Similarly, you can implement the update to do as well. So I think, okay, let's just do this as well. Okay, we have created the update to do, and similarly, let's have use update to do, and we are going to export it. I'm just trying to go and trying to be a little bit faster, but so now over here, we're just going to have our view model since obviously for obvious reason, we are going to communicate with the view model directly and yeah, use to do view model. And from the view model, we just, all we need, okay, we haven't created this update, added update to do over here. So let's just do that. Let's just have update to do, and this is going to have payload, and we're just going to dispatch update to do the payload. And similarly, we are going to have for the delete as well. Since for delete, we are going to just need this ID dispatch delete to do, and we can just pass the ID. Okay. So these are, and I haven't added the loading state, but loading thing. But I think it's too much to do for this small application, and our goal is to learn the MVVM design pattern, so which we are actually following. So let's just add the to do and delete as well, and that's all we're gonna need to do, I think. And to do and update, we need to update inside, do that inside this action as well, since from here the action is getting dispatched, like our state is getting updated from the reducer. So yeah, so state dot to do's, state dot to do's dot map, and we are going to have to do item. Okay, so if to do dot id is equal to action dot payload dot id, then to do item dot title. We are going to update it with the new title, action dot payload dot title, and then we're just going to return the to do item. Okay, and or else we're just going to return to do item in case of we don't get the to do item ID. Okay, and then we're just going to state to do's dot concat, and we're just going to add action dot payload. Okay, so this one is for update to do, and similarly we are going to have for the delete to do as well. And in delete we are just having ID, so we are going to remove that from the state. So let's just state dot to do's and state dot to do's dot filter. Let's just have to do item and to do item dot ID not equal to action. Sorry, payload dot action dot payload dot id. Okay, so these are the like we have already we have completed the work of the store now, and now we are moving to the over here view model. So our view model is also sorted, and now let's just go to our update model. Set sorry update controller. We are going to have all these functions date to do, and let's just have delete to do as well. And then we need to have one state over here as well. Since we are going to get an input from the user on this screen as well, we have this a user, right? Like input box. So to do text set to do text use state const on change text, and we are going to have text set to do text, and we're just going to return on change text and to do text. It is similar to the new to do screen. Only difference is like we have to add some additional functions like on click update and on click delete. So yeah, we just do that on const on click delete to do, and just going to call to do, and we are going pass the to do ID, and we are going to expect the to do ID over here. To do and to do ID, and then we're just going to navigate it to back. So let's just import the navigation dot go back. And similarly, we need to create one function for to when user going to click on update button. So let's just have on click update. Let payload is title, and this is going to be to sorry new to do text, and id is going to be to do dot id. Since we are going to update the same to do, just like id should be same, right? And then we're just going to have update to do with the payload that we are going to pass, and then we're just going to have navigation dot go back as well, and we gonna need to pass on click date on click update on click delete as well. And now inside the update we just have update screen. We're just going to have use update to do controller, and we need to pass to do over here. So I think from the uh, we are getting that from the props like new to dos, and I think um, to home screen, and so I know we are passing this right on press to do item. We are passing the item, and that item um, to do item is getting passed from the React navigation. Okay, we are going to get it from the route dot params. So const use route, and then we are going to have route dot param. Sorry, params dot. We can use route over here, or it could be we can pass from the other screen as well using props. I think both of them would work. Yeah, and then on click delete, click update to do text and change text. So let's just put it over here to do text. On change text is already there, and this one is update button. Okay. On click update, and then we have this delete button. So on click delete, and I think we need to pass something. Not from here. Yeah, got it. We we just need, and we don't need to pass anything from here. It will eventually grab it from the one that we are passing from here, route.params. So yeah, that's all we need to do. I think we go to over here, and we're just going to type random stuff and update it. It is not getting updated. Okay. Uh, I think I might have missed something. Okay. Yeah. It might be something, some patterns we are missing here and there. But this is the whole idea of MVVM design pattern. So this is it for this video. And if you like the video, consider subscribing and hit the like button. And thank you for watching.